Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. Today, I will delve into the data-driven game design approach, an approach that's widely known but often overlooked or not applied correctly. Allow me to introduce myself briefly. I'm Baturhan Gürbüz. I'm the lead business coach and the project manager at STARTGATE, guiding gaming startups. I'm a seasoned game producer, designer, and narrative designer with a background in software engineering and game design. I worked across uh, PC, console, and mobile game companies in different range from indie to AAA. Today, my aim is to raise an awareness about the crucial role of data in the game design process and share my personal approach and documentation structure. Our agenda today begins with insights from industry reports, followed by an exploration of the data-driven game design approach, and we will conclude by introducing StartGate. Let's dive into. As you are likely aware, the game industry experiencing a significant growth and intensifying competition. To succeed, we must refine our tools, and knowledge serves as a sharpening stone, and use it in our game designs and our products. So, as you may can see in the data, uh, cross-platform gameplay, new technologies, socializer features, and multiplayer modes are rising. And our goal is to become one of the two games players engage with at any given time. So it's quite harsh. Whether you are a game designer or not, understanding such information is vital to shaping the profitable, marketable, and enjoyable games. So let's give it an example. I really love this report of Google for Games 2022 PC and console. It says that what sort of features the players are expecting from new games. So they say they want more diverse characters or character creation options, new technologies, diverse gameplay, competitive play, strategic play. So as a game designer, you need to take those features and integrate it with your game design idea so it can be uh, purchasable or mesmerizing for the players, engaging for the players, even though it doesn't fully match with the market demands. So this is player hooking techniques that we are using while designing. So what is data-driven game design approach? Essentially, it involves conducting market analysis before conceptualizing your game idea. Why? To create games aligned with the market demands, enabling us to generate more revenue for enhancing our creations for our future games. So that's why we are applying, and this approach is implemented to safeguard both time and resources so you can analyze your game ideas and have an awareness about what you are creating. Always remember, game designers are the intellectual core of game companies, and they are responsible for their team's well being. So you need to work hard, game designers. Let's look to generic game design approach that teach in the academia. It's ideation stage, proposal stage, then high-level game design documentation and low-level game design documentation. And some companies apply market analysis after the proposal stage, which means that they already set on an idea and they are trying to legitimize their content for the market, which is quite hard, harder than making market analysis before the ideation stage. And some companies applying it after the ideation stage, which means that you need to go back through the ideation stage again to find the demandable product. In data-driven game design approach, we make our market analysis before the ideation stage, so we can have a canvas to work on during the ideation stage. As you may know, we are game designers, and games designers are wild. If you give them an infinite canvas, we can create everything, everything. So to be able to work properly, we are creating a canvas for game designers. It's like a playground, so they can create anything they want within the limitations that we set. And one way or another, the ideation comes from that playground will be matched with the market demands. And how does data-driven game design approach flows? At first, you need to apply the preliminary market analysis, then the game ideation stage, then proposal stage, high level and low level. But never forget that market analysis document is a dynamic document. Uh, the distinctive aspect lies in the dynamic nature of the market analysis, a living document akin to a game design document, because the markets dynamically change. So you need to regularly checks are imperative, ensure alignment with the market demands of your product. So you are aligned or not. Okay, let's dive into this. What we are expecting into the market analysis, preliminary market analysis document, an overview of the market, growth, size, market shifts, verticals, like what's going on in the PC, console, and mobile game market, and other markets that you're going to try to penetrate in. Geographical location is also quite important. Where you're going to release your game in the US or North America, Europe, South Asia, China, and what are the distributions or distributions in that market in terms of purchasing games, what sort of games are they are interested in. We need to understand our region too. Distribution channels, Steam, Epic Games, Uplay, App Store, Google Play. Which distribution channel are you gonna use? But in this preliminary market analysis, according to where you want to release, you are just trying to create an overview of the market. So we need to understand there are some regulations or not, depending on that distribution channel. Target audience, the most important part. Who's gonna play my game? So they we need to understand that who is our main target audiences, or who can be our main target audiences, who can be our supportive target audiences, what is the customer behavior in the region that we release the game. I know that we all are releasing game globally because of the distribution channels as the benefit actually, uh, but at the end, one or two markets should be our main region. So we need to understand the consumers there, the players there, what they want, what sort of gameplay they are expecting, that sort of thing. Genre analysis is also quite important. Uh, like what's going on in the action genre, what's going on in the simulation genre, how their flows are, and Most of the indie game companies are trying to produce something in the action genre. It's a very high demanded genre, which means that your expiration date on the shelf will be short. So you need to check other genres and understand what are their flaws. Put one of your foot in the slow glowing river. And by this way, you can expand your player experience and also you can extend your expiration date on the market. Technologies and trends analysis, like new technologies, VR, AR, what's going on in that area, and also engines. You're gonna use Unreal Engine or you're gonna use Unity. Why you should select Unity over Unreal Engine or not? That sort of thing. Regulations and laws like content limitations, age ratings. We need to know if there is some regulations in the particular area that you want to release the game or in the particular target audiences segment, like ESRB 10 plus. Barriers and difficulties to the market entry, intense competition, challenges in the intellectual property, significant capital investments requirements. That sort of things are also important. Okay, let's say you perform this preliminary market analysis perfectly. You are giving it to the game designers so they can start producing ideas. So what we are expecting in the game design documentation, game ideation document, uh, we want ID cards, identification cards. It's like a card briefly explains that, okay, my platform is Steam, ESRB rating is 10 plus, uh, my team will be a fantastic world full with monsters. I'm gonna it will be a PC game, blah, blah, blah. Then overview of the game idea. A brief explanation with couple of sentences that give me the core of your game. Then concept statement. Now you can a little bit elaborate your explanation, like uh, extend your description, what you wrote in the overview. Genre and theme. Why did you select this genre and this theme? And how does it match with the market demands? I want to see those in the ideation document. Player experience. What sort of experience you are trying to uh, give the players? Uh, and the unique thing, as a game designer, this is your creation. So you need to know that what sort of things can be mesmerize those players in the market. Art style, visual references, audio, music references. These are important to create a immersive document reading experience so the reader can visualize every aspect of your game idea in their minds. Platforms and technologies. You're going to use Unity, you're going to use Unreal Engine or Godot or RPG Maker. Platform, Steam, Uplay, App Store, whatever. The target audience. Give me detail of your expecting target audience, like your main who gonna bring you the retention, who gonna who gonna generate money for you in the game, who gonna purchase your products, and the monetization strategy, like how you gonna generate money from that game, and how does it match with the market shifts. Uh, Generally, for this is my suggestion, I generate 3 ideas for long-term projects because they can be get a little bit more detailed, and to generate 5 ideas for short-term projects. But never forget that The text in the ideation document should not be longer than a paragraph. Game proposal document. This document is a more detailed version of the ideation document. You expand your text in this document and providing a comprehensive definition of the project for project's feasibility. In addition to the ideation document, there are some sections here we need to add. We already explained the game mechanics in the previous one, but mostly the core loop. But in this section, we really want to see what are the support mechanics do. Like what sort of rewarding system you're going to use, achievement system you're going to use, and competitor analysis. Competitor analysis is not just checking the game and taking the features. Competitor analysis is like reading the comments underneath and applying some academical frameworks like MDA framework, narrative framework, dramatical features and physical features framework. After that, you can put some profoundable competitor analysis. It's an optional thing to add sale forecasting. It's totally up to you if you have the market knowledge for that, but totally up to you guys. Risks and difficulties. What are the risks and difficulties to develop that game? It can be, insufficient knowledge of the team regarding that feature or that technology you're going to use, and maybe some market penetration, like there is an hatred across the Web3 gaming, and which means that the market penetration is quite hard. Suggested development team structure. As a game designer, you need to understand your team. So you need two senior game programmer, a concept artist, a junior 3D modeler, one animator, that sort of, and the estimated project timeline. Resource and budget parts are also optional because you might know the required knowledge to prepare that part, but the results and suggestions is quite important. You address some risk and difficulties. What is your suggestion for that difficulties and risks? What should we do? So, what are the advantages of data-driven game design? It's market relevance. So by applying this methodology, you're gonna have a comprehensive market analysis, and you'll be ensured that your game idea or your game matches with the market demands, and it creates your chance to expand your expiration date on the shelf and profitability. So as you produce a game mixed with the trends, preferences, and what play wants, at the end, it will come back to you as financially because you are giving what players want. Risk mitigation. By creating an overview of the market, you can address the risk more easily. So this is a proactive approach to your game development strategy to reduce the risk and also understand the risk and what sort of solutions you can create to prevent those. Efficiency. Uh, it also helps you to understand that by looking towards insight, how much time you need to spend, what sort of money you need to spend, and what sort of workforce you need to develop that game. So it can also help you to get through on it. and strategic planning by those. What are the disadvantages? Okay, guys, I accept that, especially for the indie companies, it can be heavy lifting. So, this is a living document which requires a constant updating like game design document. Uh, but at the end, it's gonna secure your company and your income. So I know that it's heavy lifting, but please spare some time to do it. Resource intensive and creative limitations. Okay, as I explained before, uh, please do your perform your market analysis, but not just rely on it, because it can limitate hardly your game designers, and at the end, it won't be an innovative concept. So take those data, put your creative approach, and generate something new and demandable for the market. So I really like a quote of Pablo Picasso: "Learn the things like a pro, so you can break them like an artist." So we need to know the market, and we need to break it to put our creativity. Dynamic market change. In that industry, there are lots of game companies generating lots of games in the market, and it changes constantly, rapidly. So not, I know uh, everything is not solely on this data, but they are can be outdated too, depending on how you track the market. And it changed, but it doesn't mean that long-term projection will be like this. So use those data to create long-term projections and change your game, or adapt your game according to your long-term projections rather than short-term projections. Over-reliance on data, we already mentioned, and data accuracy and interpretation. It's also important that, where you gather those data, uh, that data, and how you interpret it. So, guys, you need to learn how to read data, all game designers. It helps you a lot. So, a data-driven game design approach offers valuable benefits in terms of the market relevance, profitability, and risk mitigation. But once again, it's crucial to make it in balance, so you're not block the creative instincts, and at the end you have some innovative, marketable, profitable, demandable games. So let's talk about StartGate a little bit. StartGate is the largest game entrepreneurship center in Europe and the Middle East, located in Turkey, and we accept game and game technology entrepreneurs from various stages from around the globe. And you can apply to us from PC, console, mobile, and game tech verticals. We have a holistic approach to game entrepreneurship. Uh, we have a digital solution company, we have an academia, we have our HR company, venture capital company, and an association. So we are trying to apply a 360 approach to support you guys at StartGate. And as our motto, we don't compete, we complete. So our programs are, we have apprentice program for young talents, and Dreamforge program for ideation stage companies, Gameforge program, our incubation program. We have an association program called Game Ascent, and we have a global association program where we take our startups to another country to introduce them to do another country's startup ecosystem and investors. And we have a guild program for who wants to become StartGate, who wants to join the StartGate ecosystem. Over 6 months until we officially opened, we hosted some events and we exceed 10,000 individuals. We reached out to 10,000 individuals and connected with over 200 game entrepreneurs and lots of individuals who touch the game industry. So guys, thank you so much for attending this presentation, this session. If you have any inquiries or questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you so much.